Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time with his good friend, Omar, the real estate entrepreneur. How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How are you, Michael?
I'm
What's up,
doing really
everybody?
well, man. So I don't know if you saw it, but over the weekend, I kind of slyly released my second book at 5:44 a.m. on a Saturday. It came out in paperback later in the day in hardcover. But yeah, I have a second book out there called 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. How about that, huh?
Yeah,
Was curious what you thought of that. Obviously, I didn't really share it widely. I talked about working on a book, but yeah, it's out there.
that's cool. I'm excited to, in all transparency, I have not read it. You just opened it
So
up on Saturday.
yeah,
I'll be expecting my copy signed, so I'm able to read it, and it's
yep,
gonna be awesome because I want to know the other millionaires that are in this book
yeah,
and how they started and
yeah,
what I can implement from their ideas and stuff too.
yeah. You know what? Something I did earlier today. I think I'll do it with you as well. Is I'll bring up their stories,
Yeah,
because yeah, one of the hardest things in this exercise. Actually, did that work? Yeah, there it is. Was trying to put together a board, right?
right.
Um, so again, like I just go through the guests and nobody's named because I didn't want to, either embarrass people or whatnot. But there's this gentleman's on the East Coast. He's dreaming big. He starts part time, goes full time. He's joint ventured every deal, right? Which again,
Really?
yeah, the deal with the second book is I feel like I already covered one rental at a time, right? So that's done. So I wanted to pull different stories. So I've never joint ventured. So this is a story of a real estate investor. That's all they've done.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's cool. Number two, this is a millionaire who was started part-time, was a nurse, went full-time. She's like, you don't need 1,000 units, just figure out your freedom number. And now she's traveling the country in an RV. She's just living life, right? So
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. Number three, this is a millionaire who actually lost money on their first deal because they got cute. They went to a couple of streets away from a nice area, right? And they learned the lesson that cheap's not always good. So now they focus on like middle class plus areas, and they self manage again, which is something very different than what I do. And they burr, which again is not covered in one rental at a time, at least in great detail.
Right.
Then we have somebody who's like, dude, Burr's an advanced strategy. Don't believe the hype. He runs a business that all he does is Burr. He's done at the time of the interview 50, and he's done more than 50 since this recording. But he has a banking relationship with a local community bank. That's interesting. And of course, he hits on you make your money when you buy, which a lot of new investors don't really get. They think you make it on the refi or whatnot. So number five, got to have boots on the ground, especially if you're investing out of state. This is a SoCal investor who invests out of state, which was interesting. Again, they're younger. They plan to be financially free by 45.
Wow.
So again, all the stories are just kind of different, right?
That's awesome.
Conservative. This is a Dave Ramsey fan, right? Save your way, and we really have a conversation about debt and just how do you pay down debt and grow at the same time? It was really a struggle for them because Dave Ramsey doesn't offer great advice for real estate investors. So, you know, this one's about a real estate entrepreneur in my home market who struggled that first year,
Right.
had his phone turned off, couldn't pay his car, all of those
Really?
things. Yeah, just struggle. And he was actually afraid of the phone, right? One of the early parts of the chapter talks about him being afraid of the phone and throwing it against the wall. But lo and behold, he gets over it and he does 33 deals his first year,
Beautiful.
which is pretty cool. Here's somebody who bought $2,000 guru course and now hotels properties. So again, some people do go to the back of the room and do something with it.
Right.
Number nine, this is somebody who started from nothing, really a truck in a toolbox, and built a 9-figure business, not 7, not 8, 9-figure business. He's done over 200 million in deals. Have you ever added up? Yeah, 9-figure. Have you ever added up how many deals, like what's the total volume of deals you've done? You got to guess.
No.
Yeah, somebody asked me earlier and I just guessed 50 million, but I had no idea, no clue. It's not a number that's on any of my statements. I have no idea.
Right.
Yeah. Here's one. Actually, This guy's probably the most famous. Again, I don't name folks, but he got a 203K loan at 23. He saved $7,000 working at Jamba Juice. And he talks about wedge deals and all of that stuff. But again, get on the property ladder, live in flips, all of that stuff. And he sold one property and regrets it to this day. Yeah.
That's all of us.
Yeah, exactly. I regret the ones we've sold to. Oh, it's funny. Going deep in a market. This is a mother of five who's flipped over 100 homes. She does talk about 2008 being really scary. She actually said, can we afford Christmas? Right. Can you imagine? Right. 2008 was really scary. So
dude, that's awesome. I can't wait to read all this.
Yeah. 12, never stop learning. This is the one that hit me the hardest. This individual started in the 80s with credit cards. She's been investing for almost 40 years, 25 years active. She's selling her portfolio on seller financing and become a hard money lender. This one hit me different. Yeah, she's like 72 or 73. It was an awesome conversation. This is the one when I finished, I sat in my room for an hour, like, I'm going to be fundamentally different because of this conversation. It was.
Oh yeah. Just you telling me that right now.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to read it. And becoming, the goal is always to be the hard money lender.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just imagine 72, 73, had a portfolio as big as ours. And then she starts selling them off because what she said, what hit me hard, she goes, Michael, how many 70-year-old landlords do you know that do a good job? And I'm like, none. She goes, me neither. She goes, I'm not going to be the 70-year-old landlord. So she started selling off when she was 65, just a little at a time. And just a powerful conversation.
That's awesome.
Yeah. 13, get educated. This is an investor who's a monster in their field, but it didn't start that well. 20 years ago, he did one rental in the wrong part of town, bought cheap, lost money, and lost a decade, right? First deal, horrible, lost a decade, came back, then started wholesaling and then flipping, and now runs a big business. But yeah, if you get focused on cheap, it could cost you a decade. 14, the rat race is real. This is an individual like me who was making a bunch of money in their 20s, was wasting time, and then jumped out of the boat, or, burned the boats, and had 6 months of savings, went after it, got lucky on one deal, and then starved for 6 months. Right. Okay. And then, I actually call this individual the best investor in my market of Fresno, California. Amazing story, amazing individual, but it starts rough, right? Which people need to realize. And then finally, this is a story of a couple who's starts doing this business, Omar, because they watch Flip This House and go, we're smarter than those people. How many of us have done that? So that is the list of the 15 really fast. What I think really happens here is, I hope really this takes off. I think this will become a series because the big thing for me was one rental at a time was my story. This one is 15 other unique stories.
That's cool. And
my whole goal is you find the chapter, you find the story that resonates with you, and you just grab on and you reread it and you hold on. And because everybody needs a reminder, right? This is a hard business. And so that's what it is.
Sweet, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to read them.
Yeah. So I've got some books on order. We will make sure you get an autographed copy as soon as they are in. So thank you for all the help and being a part of these conversations. I look forward to number 3.
All right. Thank you.
You got it.